Hey everybody, how are you doing today? This is Gail Turner Brown, and welcome to the Monetize You Show. You know, every Tuesday, this is the place to be if you want to learn how to monetize you. So, regardless of whether you're trying to look for ways to monetize your skills, your hobbies, your expertise, this is where to come. We are going to be sharing with you our ideas and ways to do it, as well as with this show, we even bring people on from time to time. But today, we are going to be talking about how to monetize us through membership sites. So before I pass it on to my partner in success, just a little teeny tiny bit about me. My name is Gail Turner Brown. I am a broadcast entrepreneur and the co-host of the Monetize You Show and the GTB Show. I have been a serial entrepreneur and in the real estate investment community, as well as the network marketing direct sales community. So I've been in business for quite a while, and it's a ton of fun. So I really appreciate everybody joining us, and I'm going to introduce to you one more thing. Before I do that, little housekeeping, I don't want to forget that. I want to make sure you grab your pens, your papers, your recording devices, and anything that you have to take notes, because you're really going to want to make sure that you don't miss this. Now, let me introduce to you my co-host and partner in success, Mr. Entrepreneur and best-selling author himself, Mr. R.L. Chance. Take it away, Mr. Chance.
Hello, everyone. How you doing? This is Chance. Welcome to another edition of the Monetize You Show. I hope you guys have been enjoying these past episodes. We've had some awesome guests on already. Today, Gail and I will be here to, again, touch base on how to earn recurring revenue with membership sites. And so we have a lot of information today. We want you to take notes. You know, type in questions if you have, but also do us a favor. All the show notes, resources that we mentioned, everything is at our website, themonetizeyoushow.com, themonetizeyoushow.com. So, Gail, I'm excited about today's topic. We have a lot to discuss today.
Yeah, I'm excited as well, because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be here to learn today. Because I'm gonna pluck Chance's brain. Hopefully, I will definitely leave some gray matter there. But by the time it's all said and done, I want to really get into this. And so, one of the things we would love for you to do is this: if this topic or any of the topics that we have discussed over the last 3 weeks have any interest with you, or if you think they can help somebody else, share this out. Please share it with your friends, your family, your enemies, whoever. You know, if you share it with somebody who always asking for money, now you're going to do them a really big favor, okay? Because this way you can give them the biggest tip ever, which is come check out the Monetize You Show, because that's what we are here to do, to help you figure out all the many ways to really ramp up your revenue and put some cash in your pocket. Okay, so we want you to get off the struggle bus and into the, auto drive straight to the bank. Okay, that's what we are here to do. That's right. I want to make sure to, again, welcome everybody, whether you're listening now or later in the replay. We really appreciate you being here. And we are going to get this party started. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm gonna really try to dig in. But if you have any questions yourself, feel free to plug those in, because I may miss something, and so we want to know, what you think or just what questions you have for Chance. So, with that being said, Mr. Chance, talk to us a little bit about. I always like to start from the beginning and say, what's a membership site?
All right.
What are you talking about?
Just like most other things, right? Membership, think of membership. So we already know what a site is. So a membership site is a classroom, something online, an online portal where someone can go and get continual access month after month by paying a fee. And that can be on any subject matter at all. For example, if you guys are interested in dog training, we can have a site where people come to learn every month, whether it be webinars, books, handouts, whatever have you. And so people can be able to have that type of ongoing training and access. So in a nutshell, that's what a membership site is all about. But stay tuned. We're going to actually go more in depth on that.
Okay, terrific. So when it comes to a person saying, okay, well, what do I do? How do I get started? What kinds of memberships can I even have? What would you say? What would you do?
Okay, so again, it's based on, that's why we talk about monetizing you, right? Monetizing your skills. It's based on whatever you're interested in, and you have people who are also interested in that. So again, let's say you are an expert in project management, you are an expert in ballet dancing. You can create a website, a portal, where again, you give people access, they pay a fee, and every single month you automatically charge them, whether it's through PayPal or whatever payment system that you set up. And so if they don't pay, for example, then they lose access for the next month coming up, or if they cancel, they immediately lose access to this particular site. So if you want to get started, first of all, again, is figure out what you want to teach, what you want to know, what other people want to know about that they'd be willing to pay you. What solutions can you solve or provide? And it doesn't have to necessarily even be, Gail, that you're really teaching something per se. It could also be that you are just charging people for maybe asking questions, or like a regular newsletter. So because that's where the recurring revenue come in. So for example, I can just send you an email every single month explaining something, or shoot a video and just email it out to everybody. And that can also be considered, as it were, a membership.
Okay, so help me out here. Because the first thing that will come to my mind is, well, who in the world would want, or what kind of content would I want to know that all I'm doing is getting an email? I mean, so it's like you said, you can get it through email, you can get it through video, but what kind of content would a person want to consume in that manner?
Okay, well, again, it's all based on who your tribe, your followers are. We all learn differently. Again, it's best actually to have a combination of all of those, right? People want the audio-visual experience and the in-person experience. So if your membership is expensive, I would say the more expensive it is the more value content you want to give to people, and a combination of all the learning styles. So for example, some people just want to read, you know what I mean? Or cheat sheets. I love cheat sheets, you know what I mean? So I would join a membership, for example, let's say if you give me email templates, for example, write a lot of emails. If you can give me certain email template or swipe files every month for headlines, for any type of things along those lines when it comes to copywriting, I'll pay for those on a monthly basis. So I don't really have to necessarily have a video, but you're just giving me some quality content. But then you have videos, which is very good, or you hop on that you get into the membership area, or you give people access to like a monthly training on a webinar. Like even what we're doing using Zoom or using GoToWebinar, Webinar Jam, whatever platform you want, even Skype and FaceTime, they can come on there. You actually teach live, and then you take the recordings of that and you put it in your membership site, website area, and people can now go over it, because maybe all the students might not be able to get on live, but then they have access to that. Another dynamic now is, let's just say again, especially if you're charging upwards of $1,000, I would say you can add another component where maybe once in a while, all your students and those in your membership community can meet with you. So you can do like a workshop where they come and meet you live as part of having access to that membership. Or let's say even local, you can do a local membership as well, where monthly you meet at a hotel or at a conference room or boardroom somewhere, and you just equipping and empowering people and training them, coaching them. And that way, that's your membership as well.
Okay. Honestly, I never thought of it like that. So in theory, you could have a group. So for instance, like we have meetup groups. So you have, what do they call it? BNI, you have business networking groups, and
right, right.
Or you have certain, let's say, seminars and things. You could literally set up a membership site so that only members who have
exactly
enter, and when they enter, now they have access either to something that's happening live or it's been recorded. Now they have access to either some networking or training or coaching or something like that.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And that's good, because I do like the hybrid model. You know what I mean? It's very good to have that. But I mean, some people are already doing membership and not necessarily realizing what it is. So let's just say, even this Thursday, I'll be speaking at a local networking group, right? And that's a membership as well. You have to pay a yearly fee to be part of it. I am a member, but they can also take, because they do have trainers like Thursday. I'm the featured trainer. They can take the content and put it also on a website, and so that way the members can have access to it. Maybe I'll pitch that to them, by the way.
I was gonna say.
And do it for them, right?
Yeah,
monetize your skills.
Yeah, man. So this is why I get excited, okay? Because
let me make a note of that.
I say, yeah, that's right. Because I've never thought of it like that before. So two things. One, and y'all pay attention to this, okay? Y'all totally write this down, because if not, I'm gonna forget it. So I need y'all to write it down so I can remember it. Okay, so number one, if you create a community online of people, and you are building a network, okay, of, let's say, business owners. And it doesn't always have to be business. I mean, it can be, as you said, it can be a group of ballet dancers or musicians, or, it could be anything that you want to exchange information and network. So just like with Meetup, like meetup.com, some of the organizers of Meetup, you have to charge, because they want to make sure that people come, that they that they will contribute, that they show up, because if you don't show up, you're just not, you can't really build a community.
Exactly.
So you yourself can do that. That's number one. Number two is you can go to your local meetups or BNI. Well, maybe not BNI, because they're kind of persnickety, but local networking groups. And as you said, pitch the concept to them and say, look, I'll set it all up for you. We'll determine how much the membership is, and for every member that pays, I will get X amount.
Exactly.
Dang, I see that, y'all gotta write that down, because that's good, because there are a lot of people out here, and I'm gonna tell you, I know specifically there are women who oftentimes they're stay-at-home moms, but they're like awesome organizers. They're always organizing the community party or, den mothers. They're just really good organizers, and they're really good people, really good at putting people together and, just creating these groups. And this is a way, this can be a way for, if you're putting that together anyway, for you to say, hey, look, your membership dues, here are your dues, and we can meet online. That way we don't have to worry about the weather or babysitting or whatever the case might be. But we've got this group of women that we're getting together to learn this. I mean, it could be a foreign language group that gets together, and you have someone, and you get someone in there that's teaching French, that's teaching Spanish, whatever. So you right. together, and that is really good. Okay. I'm sorry. Let me not get.
You want it.
Because you really opened me up. I'm sorry, because I'm used to membership sites, and they normally pertain to something to have to do with business, but I wasn't thinking about it just in a broader sense. And how to monetize the monetizing of membership site, because like I said, you can help someone else put it together and get paid helping them put it together, or giving them the idea, or being their consultant to do that.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, like you said, it's just depend. We want to broaden the scope because it has great application. Because once we're putting it online, because remember, the key one of the keyword is membership, right? So we know what membership is, but you just want to put it online, so that way the site now becomes again part of that hub where people can gather and get more content. So, for example, there are people who do even, for example, like stuff about health, right? They meet up, they talk about health, they give out recipes, and sometimes they even go shopping together, right?
Yes.
But that is the regular membership. So they do that already. But I'm like, okay, if you add a website now, you can charge a little bit more, but also provide more value, because maybe, let's say the new week coming up, you can send out an email, video reminder. Hey guys, by the way, this is what's happening this week. And maybe you can train or teach about reading labels, or you can train on something about something else, you know? And so that way, since you're meeting maybe once a week, now at other times they can go inside the classroom, the website, and they can even interact with each other there, ask questions before the next physical meetup the following week.
That is really good. So people who are all of these challenges, these weight loss challenges and fitness and things like that, that's a really good for that group of people to get together. You can create, like you said, you have that membership. Maybe in that membership, you use a portion of that to help people get, let's say if you're into supplements and all of that. I mean, it's, and then you also mentioned recipes, cooking, you know, showing people how to do anything, I guess, that you can demonstrate, you can show, you can help. Then you can create a membership.
Yeah. For example, here's one thing I have to give is I haven't promoted much because I'm focusing mainly on the online course. I have monetized the skills, but part of that too is we want to lead people into this. But I've already created a separate membership. Basically, I call it the implementation in a circle, right? Because again, most people don't implement. So I have a program where it's $37 a month right now. And you can ask any question during that month concerning anything that has to do with email marketing and online marketing. So that way you can help people to implement some of these things, because again, Monetize Your Skill talk a lot about internet marketing. So for extra questions that you may have, even stuff, most of the time what I realize too, the information is already in the course. And people just because they don't want to go through it. So again, it's like, okay, but hey, you can pay another extra $37, but hey, you can email me, and I don't always have to do videos. What I do is you shoot a quick email, I respond to it. Somebody say, oh, tell me about this cover. What do you think about this e-cover? Okay, I just give them my feedback. So that's part of that service that they get. And so I'm not necessarily that's not necessarily a total classroom by itself. It's just a service that's being provided, but it's still my membership because I respond pretty much mainly virtually.
I like that. I really like that. So now, one of the things you said was, you mentioned, you know, if it's not too expensive, what kinds of cost, or I shouldn't say, when you're setting up a membership site, number one, what should one expect to pay in a membership site, using a membership site, and how do you determine how much to price your site?
Okay, well, let's start on the low end. First of all, generally of what we see online right now, most of the stuff is on the $50. So you see a lot of $49. I see a lot of $67 and $97. So those are the most popular prices I'm seeing. However, again, it's based on what you're charging. I mean, your value and the customers that you're dealing with. So some of them have, again, like I said, those are generally the tops that I see, $49, $67, $97 per month. But then now you have over that, you have some are paying $200 and something a month. If it's a group coaching type of thing, plus the website, some people do upwards of $1,000, but those are really for high level high level folks, right?
Okay.
There's a speaking group, one of the top motivational speakers have out there. He charges $1,000 a month, and he coaches and equips people online. So again, that's part of your coaching as well, but we call it a membership site if it involves going to a particular website, a portal online where people can be taught or grab information from as well. So we can have hybrids. Okay. And that way you can also charge more, right? Because if it was just, say, the site where they're going to, and you do it, let's say, even $97, but what if you were providing that coaching as well? Now, instead of doing the 97, you're doing 1,000, right? So because you have the hybrid, because the more they get of you is the more that you can charge. So those are the pricing and stuff, but always base your price on the value and the outcome or results that people are going to be getting. So don't underprice, but don't overprice as well. Some people go by the hours. Dr. Clarice Fluid, she generally does like webinars and so forth, but her stuff is generally on the $100. I generally say I don't like to base price at all on time, because for me, I look at the results and I deal with the results. So if I can deliver the results in 2 hours, an hour, a week, 2 weeks, you know what I mean? Because you limit yourself if you say it's by this amount of time, because people also will try to, say, oh, well, I don't even make that amount of money an hour, because they'll do the math in their mind, right?
That's
because
right.
For you, it can take you probably, let's say it's a big project. So, but let's just say it takes you a week and you charge $5,000. Or people might say, well, I don't get paid $5,000 a week. You know what I mean? So why am I paying you that? But no, you pay for the results and the value that they get. So I generally say, as much as possible, even for those who are coaches, avoid the hour by charging by the hour or for the time.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So let's take me through, I'll say an example, meaning if I said, wow, this is totally exciting, I want to do this. Mm-hmm. What kind of tools do I need? What kind of setup? What kind of funnel? Take me through the steps.
Okay, well, this is why I love technology today, because to create a membership site is super, super easy. So let's deal with some of the tech first. First of all, don't worry about tech. There are tools, there are softwares out there that makes it super easy to create a membership site and pages, okay? So let's just go through a few of the top softwares. First of all, well, you will need a domain name, of course, so you go register your domain name with anybody out there, GoDaddy, any of those places, Bluehost, where you can get a website and hosting, right? So that's basic, that's fundamental. Right. And generally, a lot of people use WordPress to create their websites as well. So it doesn't have to be fancy either, right? Because it depends on what you're providing. If you're just a regular newsletter and maybe a few videos, you probably don't even need any kind of software. Just your regular WordPress website will be good for that. But if you want to build a total membership site, there are specific softwares that actually allow you to do that. So let me mention a few. Number one is OptimizePress, right? I mentioned that first because I've been using OptimizePress for about 5+ years now. So, and I still use it today, right? It's on at least 10 websites that I have. So I use OptimizePress. OptimizePress allows you to do everything you need for creating the actual membership site. So a membership site, again, is just a lot of different web pages. So you're going to have, say, lesson one. Let's just say you have 5 lessons. Technically, all you're creating therefore is 5 pages, and you're stringing them together so as a site. So on one, lesson 1, you have 2-3 videos. Lesson 2, you have 2-3 videos, but all of those are just 5 pages. And then OptimizePress allows you to integrate your payment processing to, you can do ClickBank, you can do PayPal, which is the main thing that most people use. I use PayPal as well. But it has a number of payment gateways that you can use. And that will lock down your website, lock down your content. So let's just say, even for example, let's say somebody knew my URL right now to lesson 1 of my course, let's say Monetize Your Skills, and they want to go monetizeyourskills.com/lesson1. If the average Joe typed that in, they would not be able to get in because the system would already recognize that you are not, and then it will say, if you want a membership, then you have to go pay the fee, and it takes them to the landing page. Right. So the good thing about softwares like that as well. They can create landing pages where it's like a sole page for either creating a webinar, you can ebooks, landing page for different things, even sales pages, so people can be able to see that. Matter of fact, if people go right now to the Monetize You show, you will see Optimize Press in operation there, right? Those pages are mainly created with Optimize Press. Another one is called Insta Builder. Insta Builder, like Instagram, Insta Builder, right? That is another software that develops all of your stuff that you need. Another one is Everlesson. Everlesson, Everlesson. That's another one. And these are all cost effective, by the way. And one more, we call it Profit Builder. So if you check out any one of those, you can use any one of those to be able to actually create a membership site. So those are the softwares that you can do on your own. And in a second, I'll go through some other platforms where you don't have to have the software either. But if you're on this particular platform, it comes already built into those things. So after the next question, then I'll go and talk about that. So what do you think about these these softwares right now that allows you to do the work? So in other words, remember, guys, let me just put it this way. My own courses right now, I've designed the pages and so forth myself. Even the other day, Mr. Producer Curtis Brooke was complimenting me on that, and I'm just smiling because I'm like, I really didn't do it. They come with all these templates, so it's really easy. Just move this around, shift this color. It's really simple to do. So you can actually develop your own stuff within a day, man. You can get up and run and create a membership site in one day.
That is really amazing. I like that. I'm going to take a commercial break for 1 second. I just want to make sure to let everybody know this is the Monetize You show. My name is Gail Turner Brown. You are here with us because you want to learn how to take your skills, your talents, your hobbies, your career, and turn it into some more cash. Okay, that's what we're talking about. Some more money, more money, more money. I am here today with my partner in success, Mr. R.L. Chance. He's a #1 best-selling author, Monetize Your Skills, and he is sharing with us today how to use membership sites to monetize you, to generate revenue. And he's just given some bombshell ideas that I hadn't really thought about in terms of being able to create a site. And he just ran down, and we're going to make sure to have this on the page. So make sure you come to Facebook.com/monetize you. On that page, we will have the software that he just ran down, because he ran down like 4 of them, 4 different softwares that he uses to create membership sites. So I want to make sure to say hello over to the Periscope people. Hello in Periscope land. Don't want to forget about you. Thank you also for being here. And this is great. This is really good stuff. So I wanted you to just one more time, for those who might be taking notes, can you run down those pieces of software one more time, the names of those software one more time, and then you could choose your favorite, which I think I heard you say was Monetize Press? Optimize Press.
Optimize Press.
Okay.
Optimize Press, that's one.
Press.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have Insta Builder, Everlesson. Like I say, if you go to the Monetize You show as well, website, monetizeyourshow.com, when we do the show notes, all of that will be listed there. Profit Builder and Everlesson. So those are the ones you want. But for those, again, and those generally, most of these things are less than $100, Gail. Yeah. For example, I think when I bought Optimize Press, it was like $97, and you have a license for 10. You have 10 actual keys where you can use on 10 different websites. So, so that's more than you would need, right, to be able to fulfill your membership site. So you can technically build a membership site there for what, less than $100, if that's the case. But there are some platforms, though, that actually has these softwares already in them or built in. So you just use the tools there where you don't even have to go buy your own software. So think of, for example, Amazon, right? You can do so many things on Amazon. You can publish your book. So they have those things integrated already. So the same way for membership sites, you have, if you go to, for example, Kajabi, right? Kajabi is a platform that allows people to teach and so forth online and have courses. But you can also create the same model, which is a membership through Kajabi. But Kajabi hosts all of the courses. They have all the tools that you need to create your landing pages, your sales pages, everything that you need. Process the payment. You know, when people can't pay or don't pay, it automatically cancels and all of these things. So you can use Kajabi. Teachable works the same way, right? Teachable has those tools in there to build out your site, build out the sales pages that you need, and they handle all the payment. Another one which is totally free is Zenler, Zenler. So that is absolutely 100% free. Then you have Easy Pro. Easy Member Pro is another one. And another one that I like, which I'm actually exploring right now, is called Invanto, Invanto, Invanto. So that one there it looks promising. So I'm just telling you right now, you can go check it out. The cost is free. They have a paid model on there. But again, you can build out an entire school. You can build out courses by themselves. You can do the monthly thing. So that's one is what I'm investigating right now, because like you said, Gail, we may not all, you guys are busy too, or depending on how busy you are, you might not even have time, even though you can use OptimizePress to build your site, but you might want something easier. So I'm also looking for even more easy. So I'm exploring Invanto, but certainly it looks promising right now if you want to go check that out. So Kajabi, Teachable, Invanto, even Zippy Courses. Some people might have heard of Zippy Courses. That's another good platform right there.
I've never heard of Zippy Courses. And in fact, I feel like you're speaking like Italian.
A foreign language, yeah. But that's why we bring in these things to folks, right?
I'm telling you. So now, while you were saying that, this is what was going through my mind. So I'm going to give somebody another monetize you skill to develop.
Come on now.
Monetize you, because this is what was going through my mind. Every time, and it's just, I know this is mostly me. I'm just going to say that from the outset. This is mostly me. But whenever someone says, this is really simple, this is really easy, for some reason, like the advertisement will say, I've heard people say, I could put this thing together in 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. Inevitably, it takes me days. I mean, it just does. Some of it has to do with my attention span, because I just sit there and say, I don't have time for this because I need to go do something else. So a tip for somebody, check out these web pages, at least software, learn how to use them, then contact people like me and say, I'll do it for you. And this is how much it's going to cost. Voila. So that is what I would be doing. I'm like, you know what? This sounds fabulous. And I want to go see them. At the end of the day, I'm like, okay, can somebody do this for me? Because I just don't want to do it. So, but again, and that's what you're going to also come across. You're going to there are a lot of people like me who, even though I can, doesn't necessarily mean I want to. Right. I really want to go do something else. So these things are simple and easy. And I don't know, what was the one you said that was free?
Zenler.
Zenler. Okay. So imagine if you learn how to use Zenler and it costs you nothing, but you charge somebody else $50. Ta-da! The only thing is, obviously, you had to learn it. They didn't. Right. But there are a lot of people, and that has value. But I'm just saying, so that is another monetize you tip. You heard it here today.
There you go.
That Chance is giving 4, 5, 6, sound like 6 different software to create membership sites that are simple, that are easy to use, that will do everything. And you learn how to do them, go find some clients like me, and you are off to the races. So I'm just saying.
There you go. Now, Gail, the thing about this is, which probably you can elaborate more, is that, why are we doing membership sites and why do we recommend them? Well, of course, you can charge a one-time fee, But membership site is a great way to add this recurring revenue model. And so we want to talk a little bit about that, why recurring model is a good business strategy to have, because you notice today, almost everything, even for example, like Adobe used to be like, you can just buy the software and you can use it, install it. Now they go into, you got to pay this monthly fee. A whole lot of stuff that used to be a one-time payment, a lot of companies now are going monthly, right?
Exactly.
So why should someone consider monthly recurring revenue? Like, what are some of the benefits that you can think of for folks to look into that?
Well, obviously it is, everyone wants to be able to do it once and get paid over and over and over again. Okay. I mean, you think about, it's the same business model that artists use and actors use, where they get royalties. They create a piece of work and they get royalties for you to use. Okay. And it's the same thing, direct sales, network marketing. The whole idea is to be able to create that residual income where you don't have to have a bazillion people to make you a lot of money. You only need a handful that really want and need your product, but they want to get it over and over and over again. So two things. One, this is no different than having your cell phone. You gotta have it.
Yeah.
It is providing you a service.
Yeah.
I don't care how mad you get at T-Mobile or Verizon or Sprint. Bottom line is, if something happens, you're going to find a way to get that bill paid. Okay.
Right.
You're going to pay that. It's a service that you have to have. And so you want to get paid over and over and over again. In my opinion, when you are seeking to, and I don't care whether you're seeking to be a full-blown entrepreneur or a side hustle, if you have a way to create it so that you can get paid over and over and over again without you always having to be there, so that you can leverage your time, then that's the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know, or if some of the people that in the audience knows, there was he was in real estate, but he's an entrepreneur, Mr. Robert Allen. In fact, he and Mark Victor Hansen wrote a book.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I will never forget, I heard a story that he shared where he said that there was a point at which he had gotten like totally burned out. And he had gone into a room full of people who were waiting for him to speak. But it was always, he was always depending upon him to physically be there to speak, to do the stuff in order to get paid. And he said one day he walked in and he said, I can't do this anymore. And he decided from that point forward that whatever business he had to be able to find a way to get paid over and over and over again from doing something, one time, or creating something one time and then get paid over and over again.
Yeah.
So that's in my opinion, one of the main reasons to have a membership site. Again, I heard a story, or to come up with a some type of model like that, so that you can continue to get paid. Not only that, when you're in a membership, it's like a cult. I mean, it can get to a point where you've got ravenous people who really want to two things. They either want to consume your information, or they're there, I think you mentioned this, in a part of the community, because the community helps them as well.
Yeah.
And so they are ready and willing to make that payment every month because it's beneficial to them, just like their cell phone.
Yeah. And that's a great thing, right? Because you want to have raving fans.
Right.
So having that type of stuff is good for to maintain cohesiveness. But also, these same members, called members as it were, I mean, they will, any new thing that you come up with now, I mean, they'll be the first to buy, and they'll be the best to be able to do with this word of mouth type of a thing. But also another basic thing that, while you speak it, I'm just thinking about, What about your monthly paycheck? Do you want to just get paid one time, or you right? So
That's right.
we got them bills a month. And for some of us, especially when you just starting out as an entrepreneur, I tell you, let me give you an example that happened to me, right? A lesson, object lesson. So I once did this gig and I got a good payment for it, right? But the thing is, Gail, because it was so good and big and nice, what happened is I ended up spending it all.
That's right.
Right. You find use for that thing, right? And so, I mean, it wasn't like just blow it, but I mean, I found practical use for the thing. But then I'm like, man, it was gone like super quick. I'm like, man. So that's another thing why it's good. I'd rather, let's say you paid me $25,000. I mean, I might probably rather, depending if I have 10 people, that I would rather, each pay $5,000 a month.
Yeah.
Rather than getting it all, because at one point, so that's another thing. But also to keep up, especially as you have bills and you might start hiring a few employees or outsourcing, you want to have the monthly revenue coming in. So because they're also on that monthly schedule. So that's kind of good, because many people, honestly, the reality is, even if we get paid, 1 or 2 times a year, and even if it can be substantial, they're not disciplined enough as well to keep that money balance for each month and say, this is what I need in the off seasons. This is what I'm going to do. So it's a good idea on that level too.
Exactly. And actually, you brought something up. You made me think about this. As I mentioned in my intro, I was an investor, a real estate investor. And I made the mistake, and you don't know what you don't know, but I made the mistake of, we would buy properties or acquire them or control them, and they would be all messed up, and I would sell them to a wholesaler. So, and that's what we call it wholesaling. So I would buy it super duper low, in really bad condition, and find someone who was a rehabber, and I would sell it to the rehabber, who would then fix it up and then sell it to an end user. And so, and this was like in the heat of the market, right? And I live near Washington, D.C. I grew up in D.C., so I knew the area. And this is when condos was like, I mean, it was really, you could buy a little dumb piece of a apartment, divide it up, and say they're condos, and you can put any kind of price tag on it you wanted. And we was making a killing. But guess what happened in 2007? I got killed. Yeah. And the thing was, kind of going back to what you just said, what would happen is we would do, you were only as good as your last deal.
Yeah.
So you would do a deal, get paid a lot, but I had to go find another deal.
Right.
And so what I've since learned was, your real wealth, your real revenue generator is if you own an apartment and you're getting paid that rent every month after month after month, as
residual,
buying and just selling. So I totally agree. And then I always say, you got more than one bill, so all I'm saying, you need to have more than one way. And multiple times to get
right. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Come in like several times in a month. So I think I'm supposed to get paid several times in a month, and in more than one way.
Amen. You know what? Also, another thing that people can actually do is this. Let's just say you need $1,000 extra a month. Okay, these are round numbers. Okay, just to play with it. To figure out what you should charge, therefore, for example, if you have 10 people a month paying you $100, therefore that's your $1,000 a month, right? So that's another way to look at it, as far as what you should charge. So you always figure out, okay, how much do I need extra a month, a year, whatever have you? And then, okay, you say, okay, do I want to work with a whole lot of people or just a few? So then you divide that amount the number of people, the smallest number of people, I would say, that can get you the outcome that you're looking for.
Yes.
And that's another golden thing about it. Like you said, cell phones. The reason why these people can make millions, because they have a lot of customers over the years. But the whole point is, even if they do not acquire an extra customer or two, within each given month or so, they can still continue their stuff. And that's also a remedy and a recipe for sustainability.
Yeah.
Which Monetize Your Skill is based on, again, how to sustain your mission, message, or cause. Because you can do these one-off deals, but like you're saying, like the real estate, even you can make good thing, but you need consistent income coming in so that way you can continue to sustain your mission, your message, or your cause.
Exactly. The other thing, as I'm listening to you, I'm also hearing that it is a lot easier if you have a game. Let's say you have 10 people paying you $100 a month. I'm just trying to keep round figures because I can't count. So I can only count zeros on the end. But anyway, let's say you have 100 people. I mean, you got 10 people paying you $100 a month. Well, if something happens to one person, it's a lot easier for you to replace that $100 as opposed to trying to go out and find, because $100, 10 people at $100 a month is $1,000, right? Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. So this is $1,000. So instead of necessarily having to go back out and find one client,
right,
pay you $1,000, all you've got to now do is to find someone who will pay you $100 to replace that person who dropped out. Wow. So that's the other part of it as well. That the hit is not as challenging. And the same thing I think you mentioned when you're talking about people coaching, that oftentimes it's a lot easier and we can use a lot more leverage if you're coaching 10 people in a group coaching session as opposed to it being a one-on-one. If you're trying to leverage yourself, save your one-on-ones for those individuals who are paying you $10, $20, $30, $80,000 to have you alone versus you trying to do that with a whole lot of people. So I do know of a couple of people who get paid like $100,000,
wow.
For coaching. He's like, yeah, you got my attention, but if you're going to be in my membership site, his membership site, may only be about $100 a month. So because he's got a bunch of people in there.
Yeah.
So and if you can imagine you having both. So you've got a high-end client that's paying you $100,000, and then you have, lower-end clients who may need more help, but you can almost put them on autopilot in a way. They don't need you as much, or you can set it up in a membership site where it's someplace for them to go. They can get the information, and they're also paying you. So it's just a win-win all the way around. And it keeps people from getting burned out. One of the things that I know for sure about entrepreneurs is that we always love the idea. We're always sold the idea, the concept of you can just do your work in your pajamas, right? You can do this from the comfort of your home. It's really, really difficult to do that.
It's work.
Yeah, it's work. There's a discipline, all of that stuff, right? So you kind of get sold into thinking that it's just really, really simple, really easy, and the money is just going to be flowing in. You do have to have strategies to do that. And so having a membership site, I think, is a really, really good strategy to help you to continue your skills, help people, and to leverage. And it makes it easier on your customer or client because for them, it's probably a lot easier for them to pay $37 a month, $97 a month, than it is for you to slap a $5,000, payment on them. So it makes it, like I said, I think it makes it win-win for everybody, all around.
And I'm looking at my phone here, trying to put in the Facebook here. But for those who would like to learn how to be able to do all of this, create a membership site, maybe your own course where you can charge a monthly fee, you can go to monetizeyourskills.com/monetizeyou-special, right? That's monetizeyourskills.com/monetizeyou-special. Okay, if you go there, you'll be able to get into the Monetize You Skills course, and it will teach you all of these different things, how to be able to create your own. And not only that, but you get to see how it's done by looking at ours as well. So if you want to support the show, that's one way to be able to do it. You see also Gail has on her head right there a Monetize You hat, right? So memorabilia. Where's your mug? There we go. Monetize You mug as well.
There we go. That's so right.
Go to monetizeyouskills.com. monetizeyourshow.com. If you go there, you'll be able to get some information, or just put in our Facebook feed right here, and Gail will be able to drop that in a moment, and you should be able to get some stuff. So yeah, we want you guys to rock it with us, man. It's good if you start, get a t-shirt, get a hat or something like that. And when you go around, folks can see you. And that also reminds them to monetize themselves.
That's right. Monetize you. Exactly. Right. And let me tell you, I didn't tell Chance this. I just came up with this just right now. So I'm just gonna let you know.
Go right ahead. That's all right.
if you go to our page, Monetize You, on Facebook page under Monetize You, okay? I'm going to show you how to get a mug filled with organic coffee and tea that's really good for you as a free gift for coming and supporting the show. Okay, so I know I did not tell you that. I just came up with this right now.
Off the cuff, it's all right. It's not in the script.
Yeah, man, I want people to have this. So for those of you who want to get a mug, I'm going to show you how to get it, but you got to go to our page, like our page, put in the comments, I want a mug. Show me how. and I will make sure that happens. Okay. So
awesome.
So yeah.
All right.
So I know I definitely want to thank everybody for being here. Chance, I know you mentioned this. I wanted you to mention it again before we start signing out. You said that is that event you have, is that just local to you, or is that something other people can see? Tell me what that is.
Okay, so yeah, this Thursday, right here where we are in the McAllen area, we're going to be at the McAllen Convention Center, close there, the Cambria Hotel. And so I'm going to be teaching there live for our local networking group, right? It's going to be about an hour, 15 hour and a half. So you guys can have access, right? So like you said, some folks are out of town, but we want to make sure that those, especially who view the Monetize You Show, have access to that. So if it's not going to be put up here later on, you can be able to get that. We want you to go to the monetizeyoushow.com/live-events, right? The monetizeyoushow.com/live-events. And if you go there right now, you will be able to just check in and sign up for $15. We're just making it simple. Is it 15 or $10? What you got? 15 bucks? 15 bucks, right? And if you go, come on, for 1.5 hours of content, I'm going to be teaching about how to monetize your skills. And not only that, but you're going to also get to see two of the people that I coached, and we're going to show you their books. One is going to be there. They give a testimonial as well. So, but anyhow, we want to make this available. Our producer, Curtis Brooks, right, is going to help us to be able to live stream that event to you. And if by chance you are so busy where you can't get to see it, I'm sure we'll have the replay, but we would like you to be there because we also want to teach others in the future. Curtis is going to be on this show. We want to teach others that no matter where you are, you can have live events and they can be broadcasted live. And that's another way of generating income. So please help us out. Again, it's not a big cost to you. If you go to the monetizeyoushow.com/live-events, you will be able to get, just for $15, be able to get that presentation live. You're going to be able to hear the Q&As and all of that kind of good stuff. But that's yours truly teaching solid content on how to monetize your skills as well.
That is awesome. I didn't know. And see, now he told me something I did not know. So, okay, we surprised each other today. So make sure that you get that done. And I want to thank everyone for being here. I want to give a special thanks and shout out because I didn't know this. This is like so cool. So Mr. Curtis Brooks He is the man behind the curtain. You know, he is, he's affectionately known as Mr. MC Curtis. He knows where that came from. And in fact, I'm going to give a shout out to Dr. Tachi. If y'all check her out, Mediascope, she's on Mediascope tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. And you guys can find her. Curtis produces her show. He produces our show. He makes us look fabulous and allows us to do what we do. And you'll be able to find out more about what Chance was sharing with you, how Curtis will be there talking about how to turn anything into your live stream, how to make live stream and turn that into revenue as well. So you can be a show producer, and you can be a show producer, and you can be a show producer. So, you know, I'm telling you, we've got more ways than a little bit to help you monetize you. There is no reason whatsoever for you to be broke. Okay, so we want to help turn that around in every kind of way possible. It's like, if you can imagine it, you can monetize it. We're gonna show
I like that. We need to coin that.
Right? Okay.
We need to coin that. Come on now.
That's our motto. I like that. That's our motto. So again, thank you for being here, everybody. Next week, we're going to have an expert on talking about doing Facebook ads. Am I right? That's right, right?
Podcasting, Facebook. That's all that. Yeah, podcasting. But that's all right. We got you.
That's right. That's the latest show. Podcasting. That's it. That's right. Podcasting is where to be to next week to check that out. How to be a podcaster, how to make money be a podcaster. So that's going to be really, really great too. So hopefully you guys will show up next week. And until then, man, have a really great day. Thank you again, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Mr. MC Curtis, for being the man behind the scenes. And thank you to my co-host and partner in success, Mr. R.L. Chance. And we will see you guys next week. Same time, same station. And until then, man, monetize you. See
That's
y'all.
Right. Have a good one, everybody. Let's go outside now and try. I give you a challenge. Try to create a membership site so you can get some recurring revenue. We'll see you guys next week.